Today I'm going to show you how to transform your kitchen into a kitchen that's suitable for a vacation rental. A lot of people are renting out their homes these days and they're trying to transform the space to get it ready for guests. So today I'm going to walk you through how I prepare my kitchen for Airbnb and VRBO guests. I concentrate on 3 different areas when I'm setting up my kitchen for my guests. Number 1 is cleanliness. You want your kitchen to be spotlessly clean. That includes floors, countertops, and inside each cupboard. I also leave out a fresh sponge for each guest because we all know how yucky sponges can get. No one likes touching those. The second thing that I concentrate on is decluttering. I declutter all of the countertops and inside each of the cupboards. Try to look at it through the lens of your guests and make them feel like they're not rummaging through your personal stuff when they're trying to make eggs in the morning. If you need to bring a few things to Goodwill or put a few things away in storage, I recommend that you do that just to make it feel like a really clean space and decluttered. The third thing that I do in the kitchen is I leave special touches for my guests. So the first thing that I do is I leave every guest a handwritten note, and if they're over 21, I also leave them a bottle of wine. The second thing that I do is I leave a fully stocked coffee and tea bar. And the third thing that I do is I set the table so it looks really pretty when they walk in. The first section of my kitchen I'm going to prepare for my Airbnb guests is going to be the stove area. I'm going to clean and declutter the entire area, put out new dishcloths, and in this area is where I leave the bottle of wine and the handwritten note. So I'm going to set that up right here to my right. I also leave a lot of staples for the Airbnb guests to use. So salt, pepper, a full spice rack, olive oil, and many more things. Since this is my home, it's very fully stocked. Okay, now that this area is spotlessly clean, I set up their welcome note and their bottle of wine. The next section of the kitchen I'm going to clean and organize is the kitchen sink and the garbage area. Make sure all of your dishes are clean and put away before your Airbnb guests get here. Sometimes the dishwasher takes several hours to run, so make sure you plan ahead so that you're not trying to break open the dishwasher when the guests are checking in. I put out a new sponge and a new dish towel for every guest, and I organize underneath the sink and make sure that it's nice and organized in case they need to clean something. And if you have kids staying in your Airbnb, make sure you put child safety latches where there's any cleaning supplies or poisonous products. Okay, all of my dishes are done and my dishwasher's started. Next, I go through and I just make sure there's no funky smells in the kitchen. I run the garbage disposal and put a little baking soda down there to clean it. I put out a fresh dishcloth and a fresh sponge. I clean my dish rack and I actually put it in the sink to clear the space. And I make sure all my soaps are refilled so they don't run out while they're staying here. So I'll do that next. through our refrigerator. Since we live here, we're not going to go through and throw out every single thing, but any leftovers or expired food or gross condiments, you want to get rid of them, and you want to make a really big clear space for the guests in case they want to put their own food in here. If your refrigerator smells funky, again, put some baking soda in there, wipe down all the shelves if there's any spills. There's nothing grosser than having to, touch other people's yucky stuff in the refrigerator. I also clean off the whole face of my refrigerator. As you can see, I have a lot of birth announcements and invitations on here, so I'm going to go ahead and put those away too, just to make it a nice clean surface. Next, I'm going to show you just our little coffee station. I have a regular coffee maker here. All the coffee cups and filters and teas are up here. And then I also provide a French press, a coffee bean grinder, tea, honey, sugar. These are sugar cubes. And then regular sugar in here. I also put fresh half and half in the fridge for my guests. Okay, the last thing I'm gonna do to prepare my kitchen for my Airbnb guests is to set the table. So take a look at that. Our kitchen is completely done and ready for Airbnb guests, so I wanted to give you one final look around at the finished product. If you've enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel.